Today we're speaking to Mark. He's built a £1.2 million outdoor activity business. In his own words, he hasn't got enough cash for all the dreams and aspirations he's got. Actually, does he need to tweak his model for serious profitability? All of that's coming up. Strap yourselves in. Hello, campers. Welcome back to this here business broadcast.
Oh, he's heard someone with a northern accent and he's off.
We are going to Yorkshire today.
Yorkshire.
What's the best tea in the country? It's Yorkshire Gold.
It is
tea.
indeed.
That's the best tea.
Have you ever been to Betty's Tea Room?
No, but I've heard about it.
Oh, it's good.
I had a little run past that with Chuds when we went to Harrogate.
Oh, I had to get that in, didn't he? I've not been there, but I was running past it.
No,
the fact that that's your move
have you been to Harrogate?
I have.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's lovely.
Place.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very
Harrogate.
Nice. Pardon?
Harrogate.
Harrogate, is it? Or
Harrogate.
Harrogate.
Harrogate if you're posh from down south.
I
stayed at Grantley Hall. You've been to? Oh, you wouldn't have stayed there. You'd be. That's too much for us, Chuz. We're going Premier Inn, babes.
Premier Inn, babes. Well, there we go. So we got an outdoor business today. Tell us about it, JB.
So Mark is from Live for Today. They have been going about 10-ish years. Estimated monthly revenue of 100,000 quid a month. They've got 14 team members and 15 part-time flexible staff. Biggest challenge is cash flow restricting their future growth. We've doubled our business at the start of the year by purchasing a climbing centre and everything is going really well. But we have bigger plans, but not the funds to support them. Challenge number 2, reaching more potential team building clients. Our biggest earner. Our product is amazing in the most stunning locations. We just need to generate more awareness. Challenge number 3, a big one here. Take a deep breath. Confirming our exit strategy. We don't just plan to sell in the immediate future. However, we are building so that the business is ready and structured correctly if needs be. I can't be sure if our diverse range of offerings, activity centres, climbing walls, off-site adventures, etc., is a good or bad strategy. Would we be more sensible focusing on one or keeping growing our economies of scale to strengthen our USP compared to our competitors? We always ask people, where do you want to be in 1 year's time? He said, cash flow in control, funds to invest, and a solid presence in the local community. What does the business look like when it's finished? Step 1 is to become Yorkshire's #1 adventure company. Step number 2, I don't know why I can't say it normally. Step number 2 is to give back to our community and support all ages and abilities of experience outdoors. Step number 3, if we decide to, is to expand this offering nationwide once we have a proven concept. Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? He said, it's been a bit turbulent since COVID and then a recent acquisition. However, I'd be confident to say our model will fall between 10 and 15% net profit. The magical 10% strikes again, doesn't it, Jimbo? It's always there. And then we also asked Mark, how do you spend his time in the business? He said he spends 80% of his time working on the business and 20% of the time in the business. That's a good little ratio. And then he's got some questions that he would like to ask you. And there's also a quiz for us and the listener.
Fine.
He's made a cryptical quiz for us later on.
For interesting facts of quote of the week.
No, we're going to have that as well. Because otherwise you'll go, no, we can't change the format. People love it. Give them what they want, JB.
I've just wrote some notes down here. Does he have a model that needs tweaking, which we always discuss is he just running an okay business model that will get okay results, or does he need some tweaks? I've got some ideas on that already.
Good.
He's chosen a business that's hugely capital intensive.
Yes.
You want to grow, you're going to whack up some more climbing walls. And we're talking hundreds of thousands, if not millions, for capital intensity. And then the other thing is, what's his lead generation? Are we doing Google ads? Are we doing Meta ads? And are we doing them effectively enough? What I like about it, in the realm of hospitality and leisure, I like that it's 300 and 300-year-olds.
Yes.
He said that, didn't he? He said, got 6-year-olds and 94-year-olds, which does give you a broader age range. It's people going on dates, it's schools, it's birthday parties, it's 6-year-olds. Yeah. And that's I think, really important for hospitality and leisure now. My concern is, though, he talks about the 194-year-old to do it. And, they know that person's done it, and that's quite unusual. But is it mainly kids?
Yes. I think also the thing that will come up in this conversation is quite interesting. They've just done an acquisition, but he said, I wish I'd heard about your podcast before that, because the way they structured it, they put themselves under a lot of pressure, haven't they, with a big upfront payment and then everything paid by the end of year 1, which is quite unusual. Is it not like a 3-year earn out is quite standard in most businesses?
All depends on each deal. But I think we should crack on with our many features.
We have, because we've got tons of them. Here comes the first one, the first of many. James Sinclair quickly goes to Instagram to get his listeners to do all the work for him here. I now, by default, because I knew we were meeting today, I was like, I wonder where Sinclair is. Oh, look, he's on Instagram stories. Hello, gang, I'm doing a thingy thing.
But I've got some good ones.
We got facts or quotes you don't know, do you?
Just some of them that come in are so funny. So Morris Chesterfield Limited, it's the hairs on a gooseberry that prevent it from being a grape.
Gooseberries are rank, aren't they? Ugh.
Matt Palmer says, love many, trust few, always paddle your own canoe.
Oh, that is good. I like that.
Tennis Tom 1, the distance from the earth to the sun is the same as the sun to the earth.
Very good.
I've got loads
Very
here.
good.
I'm going to save. Approximately 543,000 new businesses start every month. That must be globally.
I was about to say, yeah, it must be.
Tennis Tom 1 says there are at least 5 cups of water in the Mediterranean Sea. I mean, people don't know.
Wasn't he the sun one and sun batty? Got 2 shout-outs in one go. Well done, Tom. Tennis Tom.
Oh, look at this one. One of my favourites. Go Above and Beyond says Costco generates US $1 million in sales on average every 1 minute and 39 seconds.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Go on, the Costco.
Go on, Costco. That's about the same propensity that you've got, isn't it? You're
doing
$1 million every minute, a couple of minutes.
I wish. Every 1 minute and 39 seconds, Costco is generating US $1 million.
But when you think about it, right, the size of company that you've got to now, you're doing $1 million a week now. And when you were almost though, every 10 days ish, that's pretty impressive when you think about it. Like, you were a kids entertainer working for a couple of £100 to do a kids party.
Well, I did a lot of modelling, didn't I, as well?
Balloon modelling. You did. Don't talk about balloon modelling because it'll let me onto the conversation you don't want to talk about.
Oh, no, I don't mind talking about that. Yeah, I mean...
No, we don't need to.
No,
There's absolutely no value to this part of the conversation.
People will want to know. Because,
go on then, ask him.
So
before he does, can you put in the comments, did you want to know this or not? Because I guarantee the answer is no. Carry on.
Well, when I was starting out, I used to blow up the thin, long balloon models. They're called Q260s. 260Qs, actually. That's what they're called. Very hard to blow up.
Oh,
and I used to get hemorrhoids and piles from them.
That's how his bum sounds now.
Do you know, I thought I had a serious issue. I thought I had like a cancerous something when I was younger because of them, basically bunches of grapes up your rear. So
Shut his fuming on what's going on.
So I went to the doctor and said, I think I've got a serious problem. And so the doctor had a look and he went, no serious problem there. I said, but what about those big lumps things? He said, they're piles, hemorrhoids. I went, oh, right. Gave me some cream. Off I went on my way. But yeah, those balloons are hard to blow up. And all over the packaging, it says, do not inflate by mouth. But anyone that's in the balloon modelling game, if you don't blow them up by mouth, you're not a pro.
They should come with a health and safety warning.
They do. I used to do this as a joke because I used to get like 5 dads up at the front and say, right, everyone blow up. Whoever makes a dog the fastest wins. And so I would make it like lightning speed, blow it up. And they couldn't blow them up. And that always used to get a big laugh. Classic James Sinclair, Jimbo humour of the day.
Paying for it now, though, ain't you? You've literally suffered for your art.
Oh yeah, and I've got them. I've been off really. Those are people that will know I missed a YouTube video and I missed a James Sinclair newsletter. I was very poorly. So I was out of bounds for a week. I couldn't do anything. I was coughing so much, got a really bad chest infection, and I was coughing so much that I've got another pile of grapes, and I don't mind admitting this.
He's got a pregnancy pillow.
People need to know this
Chud's
stuff.
is fuming.
Yeah, people think that I've got just a normal, fantastic life.
Why has he got taller? Can't help himself, can he?
That was a struggle.
I did like, although you had to apologise for missing a week, I did like your joke at the end of your latest letter.
Oh, that's a great joke.
That is very good.
It is a very good joke, and I think we should say it now.
Go on.
So I'm really upset because my daughter, who's 4 years old, can't even say please in Spanish.
You're joking?
Yeah, that's poor for 4, isn't it?
It's good.
It's a very great joke. Chud sent me a brilliant joke the other day. Chuds, can you tell me your joke that you texted me about the cheese? It's a classic. I forgot all about it, but here comes Chuds' joke.
Come on, Chuds.
Interesting joke of the week.
What did the cheese say to itself every morning in the mirror?
I don't know.
Hello, me.
This is why people come. This is why this podcast is breaking ground.
Yeah, isn't it just? Isn't it just? Well, there you go. There's an interesting fact of quote of the week. I've got.
We do hemorrhoids. We do jokes.
Terrible jokes. That'll do us for today, I think, won't it? Right. I had interesting, not facts. I had interesting information, but I'll save it for the next podcast because
you haven't done one.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay.
Chad's has done a joke. I've done a joke. I've done 4 interesting facts.
Okay,
You've
fine.
done
Yeah.
naffle.
Okay, fine.
Naffle.
So talking about, did you know where did Red Bull come from? Where does a Red Bull originate from?
What, the drink?
Yes. No, the funny coloured cow. Yes, the drink, your turnip.
Where does it come from?
Yeah.
What country?
Yes. Chuds, where does Red Bull come from?
Is it a European country?
I'm not going to tell you. Where do you think it comes from? Yes, it's a European country that everyone thinks. I thought it was from this European country.
The UK.
No. Chuds, where does Red Bull come from?
No idea.
Okay. Great segment today, guys. It comes from Austria.
Austria.
So it's an Austrian chemist that was supposed to have invented Red Bull. But did you know, talking about models, right? It actually didn't come from Austria. It was originally from Thailand.
Right.
And it was originally called, hold fire, Krating Daeng. Everyone in Thailand's going, oh, I remember that drink. Krating Daeng, which meant red water buffalo. So it's like a famous Thai animal.
Fine.
And it was created by a pharmacist. And the pharmacist was at the time selling these tonic drinks. So from Japan, these tonic drinks had become like super, super popular. But they were quite expensive. And he was from a very sort of like downtrodden part of Thailand originally. He'd done quite well for himself. So I'd like to give back. So
I'm interested in where this story's going.
So no, because we're talking about the models here, right?
Yeah.
So he created these Japanese tonics, but an affordable version of it.
Fine.
For long distance truck drivers in Thailand.
Right.
And he went to get it out there. He went and gave samples and they all loved them and it became like a big, big thing. But that's where it started from. Then this Austrian guy who was actually a marketing executive for a toothpaste company from Germany. Are we keeping up here, guys? It's a fantastic story. He went over to Thailand for a seminar, was really, not hungover, was the other one, jet lagged, really, really jet lagged, walked into a pharmacy to see if he could get anything. And he found one of these little tonics called Ketang Daeng, which is red water buffalo. Necked it and was like, this is unbelievable. Got in contact with the guy who'd created it out of his little pharmacy and ended up taking it back to Austria. So Red Bull that we know today, which is worth $11 billion every single year, started as a small Japanese tonic water for long distance Thai truck drivers. If that's not a change of model, I don't know what is. Thank you. Good night.
Well, there you go. That was very interesting.
Can you look interested? Jesus Christ.
Do you like Red Bull?
No, I'll nick one if I need one.
Disgusting stuff. I can't stand it.
Do you like it, Chuds? No.
No.
He likes new tonic though, doesn't he? He's all
What
optimised.
company's bigger, Coca-Cola or Mars?
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Mars.
No way.
I knew you'd say. See, everyone is. Do you think that's fascinating, Chance?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be Mars or else you wouldn't have asked the
Yeah,
question.
that's true. I'm annoyed that I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
it's
it's not exactly
surprising.
some small.
It's out of this world, isn't it? Come on now.
Did you see
Is it
Elon
really?
Musk when he done his little speech about putting a flag on Mars? Did you see
The less we
that?
talk about Musk's talks, the better on this podcast.
Yeah, we do get bits.
Oh my good God. But anyway, so that is, because I know we were going to talk about models and shifting models, but there you go. Japanese tonic.
What's one of the biggest things that Mars sell? Interesting fact of quite the week bonus here.
One of the biggest things that they sell.
What else do you think they own? Chuds don't cheat. Come on, what's one of the biggest
Oh, I know
things?
one of the things they own. It's
Say again?
dog food, isn't it? They
It
own
is dog food.
Yeah.
That is their, yes, he
They own
knows.
pedigree chum, don't they?
Chappies, I think they own.
Is it Chappies?
Yeah, they might own
Have
pedigree
you
chum.
tried? Have you
What's the
tried any of
question?
that? It's
It was,
rough.
well, he's answered it.
Yeah.
It was, what's one of the biggest products that Mars sell? And the answer is dog food.
It doesn't
also
bode
own
well
Rick-
when the guy producing the podcast is so uninterested that he's now not listening.
You lost me.
They also own Wrigley's as well.
Do they? Do you
Yeah.
remember the Wrigley's advert? That seminal advert back in the day when he got off the bus? That's a horrible. Oh, if people are, what's that thing where people don't like sounds of eating?
Yeah.
Not BDSM,
sorry.
something like that, isn't it? ESMR or whatever it is.
Well, should we talk about Mark's business?
We've already talked about Mark's business. We've already done that section about half an hour ago.
So we're all ready to go.
Hey gang, we're going back to the pod in just a moment, but I wanted to tell you about Entrepreneurs University. This is a platform that I've created for entrepreneurs and business owners that are serious about growth. There's 100 video lessons from me on everything in business, raising finance, buying companies, property investment, and everything in between. Attached to each video is a downloadable PDF that goes into more detail about what we've learned in the video. It goes one step further than that because I've also put stuff that you won't get anywhere else onto Entrepreneurs University. The lessons go into way more detail, but not just that. You're going to get my business plans, my spreadsheets, and all the files that I use to drive the KPIs in my business. Just think about how powerful that could be for your business. And here's the good news. You can try Entrepreneurs University for free. 14-day free trial. After that, it will cost you just $49.99 a month. That's less than a pair of Nikes to grow the profitability in your business. There's a link in the video description, and I cannot wait to see you in Entrepreneurs University.
Yeah, should we just get Mark on the podcast?
Welcome to the show.
We'll give him a knock at the door. We're keeping up here. Hello, Mark. Are you still with us? Because most of our listening audience isn't, we don't think.
Yes, I'm here. Drinking a Red Bull, believe it or not.
You're not. Get out of town.
Unbelievable.
Get out of town.
How weird's that?
Did you know that it started off in Thailand for as a Japanese tonic water for long distance lorry drivers?
I did actually, and it was
sake.
was it gold branding originally?
It was indeed. It was a
Colour
squat can, squat
There you
yellow
go,
can,
you see.
or a little brown bottle. And do you know why it's a little brown bottle? Because then it's not affected by daylight. It means the drink lasts
didn't know
longer. There you go. Every day's a school day, Mark.
Well, there you
Laughing
go.
and learning. Laughing and learning. So we've obviously talked about your business a little bit, but give us the context, give us the 60-second upsell and tell us about how you and your business partner met and how it's all gone beautifully full circle.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. So many moons ago, I worked in IT, monitoring ATM networks. Very, very.
Oh, having a
boring
good
at the
time, you say? Having a great time.
superb.
ATM networks. Whoa, who's not enjoying themselves?
And I was young, and I was dozing in a meeting, and the manager called me up after the meeting and said, basically, Mark, you're young enough to go away and try something new and come back to this career if you need to. So I took his wise words. I went to Wales on an outdoor fast track course for 4 months in the Welsh winter. Got my outdoor qualifications, rock climbing, mountaineering, etc. And then I came back to Harrogate, or Harrogate as the locals call it.
Arrogant.
And there was a new climbing wall that opened up. So I had no experience actually delivering sessions. So I went and volunteered and shadowed sessions. Went really well. Eventually got a job, worked my way up to a manager there, and met my soon-to-be business partner, Dan. He was also a manager at the wall. We decided we could leave the climbing wall and set up a company called Live for Today. So we wanted to go into the outdoor pursuits. We went knocking on farmers' doors. We were going to try zorbing. Do you remember zorbing in the day?
Oh, I did it once. It was super weird.
Yeah, it's really good. It was really, really trending at the time. So we thought we'd set up a zorbing company. Knocked on all the farmers' doors, and one said yes. He was up for us coming and using his farmland. So I said, "Are you sure you're definitely up for this? Because we're about to purchase this zorb ball from China, which I'd never done. It was our first purchase. It was about £1,500, I think, $2,000. We bought the ball, and then started sending customers down the hills. Couldn't afford fencing, so that was interesting in the windy days when all the staff just going like mad trying to chase these orbs. But eventually bought some fencing, bought some air rifles and some buggies, and then we got a contractor. We moved from the farm to Hazelwood Castle, which is a real premier location near Leeds and York. And we set up activities there. We then got a location at Ripley Castle, which is in Harrogate. And then the full circle came last year, where Dan and I came back and acquired the climbing wall where we met. And have since now opened up another location on Swinton Park. Because in all business plans, you can write them as well as you can. We didn't expect Ripley Castle to be up for sale after 700 years of family history. So
I think I've seen that in the news.
Yes, yeah, it's all in the news at the moment. So yeah,
how much is it?
Projected this. We'll put over 21 million.
Go on, get it, buy it.
Yeah, I reckon you could get it, James.
That's a bit of you in it, Sinclair. Have a little castle.
Oh, I'd love a castle, but if it was local to me, I'd probably have a look at that.
Yeah,
but not
in
Yorkshire.
From Yorkshire, but yeah, so we didn't expect the castle to go up for sale. So on top of the new year, the first year of the climbing wall this year, we've had to find a new location as well just to secure our future. And we've got in with the Swinton Park Hotel, which is incredible. It's really, really next level. So we're really excited to be there. So we've had a fun, busy year, really. But it's all good, isn't it, being an entrepreneur?
So cash flow restricting our future growth was your number one biggest challenge. And you said when you submitted your information that we doubled our business at the start of the year by purchasing the climbing centre, and everything's going really well, but we have bigger plans, but not the funds to support them. What would you, if we can wave a magic wand and funding was openly available, what are you looking to do?
Oh, I'm like the adventurous Willy Wonka. There's a million things you could do. I mean, the simple stuff we want to do is put things like a gym inside the centre, stuff we know will increase monthly memberships. And although it's not a lot of money, it's 10 to 20 grand to put a gym in. At the moment, the cash flow is really tight because it's like we've gone back to year one of business. We've been trading over 10 years, but year one, we've gone back and it's the cash flow is just, everything's gone to legal fees, uniform. There's lots of fat in the business, as you can imagine, with two teams and merging stuff like that. So the cash flow is just really restricting the easy growth. And then the big growth is, crikey, we want to do indoor adventure parks and all sorts. But yeah, it's one step at a time, isn't it?
Sorry, you go first, JD.
No, I was going to say, with the gym equipment, surely can you look at that on lease finance?
You can, yeah. That's an option. One of the questions I have later to ask James is, what's a good level of debt to turnover, and is there a rule, and also a debt service to turnover? Because I think the borrowing side of things, the business really changed last year. We got some heavy funding in and loans and stuff, and I'm really glad we did it. And it's been a massive learning curve, and it's not so scary when you're in it. But I'm just wondering sometimes, what's the rule of thumb? Because as you said earlier, the capital expenditure of a climbing wall is huge, and it's long-term investment.
How much of the debt have you paid back on the?
It'll be about 20% now.
So, and who have you borrowed it from, the money to buy the business?
We ended up with Funding Circle.
So very expensive.
Very expensive. But as much as we tried getting around there, we tried the bank manager. Words were, it's a great business plan. Just too risky for us. Tried a broker, and I just knew it was Funding Circle's high rate, or it wasn't going to happen. So
yeah. But now you've done it, and how long? And you've serviced a year's worth yet?
Yes, a year now.
I would now go to a broker and try and get that debt refinanced back with a bank.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Because
so I can recommend you someone, that will look at that. So what's really important is that you're producing monthly management accounts, so you know the numbers, and you can say, look, we're debt servicing very aggressively here at horrific rates of interest. What can you do for me, Mr. Bank Manager? So is Funding Circle making you pay it back over 5 years?
Correct, yeah.
And what are your monthly repayments?
5.5 grand.
And is there any other debt?
Not now, no.
And are you struggling to pay that 5.5 grand?
No, we're paying it. It's just with everything else. It's just the cash flow is just quite tight because we're repaying the debt out from the business. So we bought the business on an 80-20, pay 80% up front and 20% after year one. So it's just very aggressive at the moment for us, which is a good thing. It's turbulent time,
out of the way.
We're getting it done. Yeah, it's just a bit stressful on a model we know is successful and works. On the management reports, we're doing them, but it's just a tough time. But we're getting there. We're nearly through it.
So how much do you? Yeah, because I suppose with the funding, so the first year you just pay an interest. You're not actually clearing the debt, are you? It's like front loaded with interest at the beginning, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, kind of that way. Yeah, it's daylight robbery, isn't it?
Do they do like big early redemption penalties and stuff? People like Funding Circles. I've never used them. Do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I've borrowed from them back in the day. You know, you front load all. So they pay 70 grand, but I'm sure if
still
you
owe the same amount of money.
Well, you might owe about 15 grand less, and they front load all the interest at the beginning, and then.
They were really good though in terms of they said to
stuff.
you can have an answer in 2 hours, and they were right. They put an offer on the table, but I went to the brokers, I went to the bank, and in Funding Circle it was quick and it was there and we got it. But it's under I think it's the RLS scheme, so there's no early repayment fees. It's like coming out of the COVID to help businesses get back on their feet. So we'll exactly do that after this first year is fully done and accounted. We're going to get a broker involved and refinance it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd introduce you to some people that. So on your monthly management accounts, what are you showing that you're making profit wise?
10 to 15%.
So you're making 180K a year, sort of thing, yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that before you pay yourself?
No, we'll need to take the dividends off that as well.
Because that's really important that people keep that in their mindset, that, you know, you say you're making 180 grand, but you're not working free and your business partner isn't working free. You know, you take commercial salary off of that to get the,
exactly.
Then it's what, you know, then you're making just okay money. And that's why I would be looking at your model to see if, can we tweak it? So are you busy enough, or is there capacity in your business?
There's capacity. Yeah.
And when is the capacity? At weekends or weekdays or all over?
Mainly midweek, I'd say is the big one.
But is that possible to ever get anyone? Is the business actually there midweek?
Yeah, it's corporate. So I've kind of seconded myself off now to do focus on the corporate. So we're setting up a sub-brand, Live for Today corporate. And it's team building days, team building development, etc.
But is there a big enough business for that out there?
Yeah, it's huge.
Fine.
Yeah.
So why don't? And what's the average order value of a corporate gig?
Took one yesterday for $6,000.
Right. Okay. Well, if that's the case, you just need to don't go and find it. Use Google Ads to get it.
Yeah, which we do.
So, I mean, how much do you spend on Google Ads a day?
£100.
Well, if you can get $6,000 bookings, let's start turning that into £500 a day, surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what lots of people get wrong though is they don't have their landing page good enough. They don't have their follow up good enough. But if you can sort all that out, I mean, my God, you could turn that into a cash machine, couldn't you? You put £500 and get $6,000 back very, very quickly. Everything's sorted, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the plan this year, because also with the locations we're in, the most stunning locations, 5-star hotels, they're brilliant. So the facilities are good, the activities are good, the staff are good. So we're really confident in the product. And I think last year for us was all very much building the foundations, setting the plans up. But we've got a really good corporate page. It all links, it converts really well. The website's really good. So it's just ideas now in terms of how to generate more corporate inquiries.
So the £100 a day that you're putting into Google, how many leads do you get off of that a day, would you say?
That's the marketing guy on that one. Lead generation. Let me load up my ads and I'll confirm.
No, you don't have to. But it's working. You're getting a return on ad spend.
Yeah, we only go at 400%. We cut a campaign, 400% ROAS. If we don't hit that, we change the campaign and mix it up a little bit. So it does turn. And
then most of the people come back year after year with different teams and stuff.
Yes, same team. So the
ROAS will be much higher than if you're getting repeat custom, won't it?
The lifetime, yeah, absolutely. I'm just booking another one in now, and it's their 4th visit with us.
Yeah, amazing.
And it's 75 delegates, people. So it's a big turnover.
That's amazing. I mean, the other thing that I was looking at, so I bought Camp Beaumont recently, and that was part of a group called Inspiring Learning. Unfortunately, they went into administration and they had a lot of good sites and locations, but they didn't pay VAT if you can get it under the education arm. And if you're doing schools and stuff, it would make a big difference if you can get that. You have to seek tax advice on that, but however you can do that. And that was all weekday money. And that was all off peak, not in school holidays. You know, they were doing tens of millions a year.
That's a really good idea.
So you need to obviously go and find out how to do that. You might have to be Ofsted registered for some of it. I think that will be the way you get it. And that's all Monday to Friday stuff.
Yeah, that's a winning idea. Thank you.
If you mix it, you want to have the VAT stuff so you can claim back the VAT. And this is what, I try and talk about, like, look for the models, look for the tweaks that can make a big difference. And, sometimes you have to get out your own way to go and find what they are. Look at what PGL are doing, and, they're the biggest for schools in the country. And I think you could probably do that in Yorkshire and help yourself to £500,000 of educational work a year.
Yeah, that's a cracking idea, right? I'll get off. Thanks for your help.
No worries. What's the other challenges, JB?
Well, the second biggest challenge was reaching more potential team building clients, our biggest earner. We've already just covered that one off vicariously and accidentally. So we'll go to the third biggest challenge, which was confirming our exit strategy. We don't plan to sell in the immediate future. However, we are building to do so. So the business is ready and structured correctly if needs be. I can't be sure if our diverse range of offerings, activity centres, climbing walls, off-site adventures, etc., is a good or a bad strategy. Would it be more sensible focusing on one, or keep growing our economies of scale to strengthen our USP compared to our competitors? So niche down or stay broad?
I don't know enough about your business to answer this on a podcast. We've only spent an hour together. But if you're thinking that, usually that means that there is an element of that to it. But, what would be very smart, and this is good smarts for lots of business owners to do, Mark, find someone that does what you do in a different geographical part of the country, someone that's doing what you're doing in Devon, someone that's doing what you're doing in Scotland, and meet up with them a couple of times a year and you share notes, because, you're geographically bound to Yorkshire, and that might sow the seed for you buying a company that does what you do in Devon, or them buying you in the future.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think about you a lot, James, in terms of a similar idea. So we've gone for the economies of scale. So we've got the climbing wall, we've got escape rooms, we've got outdoor caving, we've got paddle boarding. Would we be better setting up a chain of climbing walls, focusing purely on that, and then selling that or as a model, or is it more attractive to a buyer to have outdoor escape rooms, climbing walls,
what's attractive to a buyer? What's attractive to a buyer is predictable cash flow and an amazing management team.
Yeah, so
numbers and management team, and then all of what you've just said. But if the numbers are there and the management team is there, then it's all you all what you've just said there is all battle planning, really. What we really want is a war plan.
Makes sense.
Who's the general? Who's going to make these numbers happen? Then the model. People go, I've got a business for sale and it's all this blah, 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 blah. But I've got a business for sale, made £2 million net profit for the last 5 years. This is the management team that made this happen. Then I'm asking, well, what is it that you do?
Yeah, it makes sense. Because we see it as a USP. There's not many places you can go and you can do an escape room, usually just an escape room, but we can do an axe throwing companies are usually just axe throwing companies in cities, but we can do both in the same day. So we're really attractive for hen parties, stag parties, corporate events.
But what's really attractive is predictable profits.
Yeah.
So all of that, how you get your profits is all of that stuff maybe, but you haven't got the numbers to prove that is a profitable business model. It might be, it's a little bit unique in the marketplace, but is it unique enough in the marketplace that it makes someone a big load of whacking profit? And that, at the end of the day, is what buyers want to buy into, the proper buyers that are going to give you a lot of money, rather than just another entrepreneur that sees an opportunity like you do.
Got you. Makes complete sense.
You want to be going for these buyers that are going to be buying with other people's money, that are going to pay 10 times profits, 8 times profits, 7 times profits. Look at that climbing wall business that you bought. Why did you buy it?
Passion. It was a profitable model. It's been trading for a long time. All the things that you tick. It's got a great management team inside it. And the main reason was seasonality. Having the outdoor business in winter, the cash flow dropped a lot, whereas the climbing wall is busy. So on a day, customer, if it's raining, they'll come indoors to climb wall. If it's sunny, they'll go outdoors and climb outside.
So you speak like a early James Sinclair. That's I've built a business that's seasonal. I want to solve my cash flow problems, and you see it as a good opportunity. Whereas the people that you want to be selling to one day now is not someone like you that sees all your problems solved. It's someone that sees it as a business investment.
Yeah, makes sense.
Someone that wants to buy a commercially profitable enterprise that works without them in it. So how good are the management team? How predictable is the profits and the cash flow, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, which it only strengthens it, doesn't it? When you've got one team that can go outside in summer.
You're going through the entrepreneur's pyramid. It's this classic textbook. You started with a profitable job. You and your best mate doing events. Going, this is a profitable job. It's rubbish. I want it to be a profitable business. Let's buy this climbing wall centre. It's got a great management team. You've now got a profitable business. Next stage is turning it into an investment.
Yeah,
you are textbook entrepreneur's pyramid journey, by the way. As was I.
That's good.
I was a kids entertainer, swapping time for money. I had a profitable job, then set up a children's entertainment agency, started opening venues. These venues are not very good. They're just an okay business. Let's add childcare to them so that someone wants to buy it should I want to exit. And you're rising up the entrepreneur's pyramid.
Yeah, 100%. I'll just follow your guidebook. Just keep going.
Yeah, well, look.
Follow the playbook. Follow the playbook, baby. Right, well, it sounds like you're on the right path and you are climbing the right wall. I get it, climbing the wall. He loves it, doesn't he? We would ordinarily say, have you got any questions for Jimbo? But I think we've covered them off within the challenges. And plus, also, very excitingly, in advance, Mark had already set up. One of the things that you used to do was, what do you call it, orienteering? And people used to call it boreenteering because they think it's boring. So you made it more exciting. Tell us about cryptic orienteering.
Yeah, so we had orienteering as a textbook outdoor activity. Nobody booked it. So I was driving and I thought, right, how can we make this a bit more exciting? So we decided to put a riddle or a puzzle at each location. And the idea is now teams come and they go head to head and they've got to navigate the grounds, get to 12 locations. At each location is a puzzle or riddle. And it's the fastest team with the most correct answers wins. And it sells loads now. It's a really popular activity.
So because of that, very excitedly, Mark has created us our very own business broadcast cryptic chase quiz. So me and you, Jimbo, we're going to play the cryptic chase and you listening and watching at home can join in. So Mark sent over a brilliant little website page, by the way, with a bit of a summary. And on there was some QR codes. And on those QR codes was cryptic questions. So this is what you normally do. So you'd have to do the orienteering bit. You'd have to run around and find the clues. And then you'd have to give the answer to the clue. Fastest team wins. So are you ready for cryptic chase question number 1?
Yep.
Cryptic chase question number 1. I'm an odd number. Take away one letter and I become even. What number am I? I am an odd number.
Yeah.
Take away one letter and I become even. But what number am I? Join in if you're listening on YouTube. And by the way, if you answer after 37 minutes and 37 seconds, we know you cheated because you knew the answer.
So take away one number.
I'm an odd number. Take away one number and I become even. What number am I?
I've no 8.
I don't know how we find the answers to this. I've got no idea. Do you know the answers to these, Mark, by the way?
I should hope so. I wrote them.
Oh, thank God.
So what was the answer to that one?
7.
7. Oh.
You take away the S and you've got even.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, I get it now, yeah.
I bloody hate stuff like this. Right,
You're going to hate the next one.
We're going to try one more. Question number 2. In the business broadcast cryptic chase questions, a blind man is alone on a desert island. He has 2 blue pills and 2 red pills. He has to take exactly 1 red and 1 blue pill or he will die. How does he do it?
Sorry, say that again, JB.
A blind man is alone on a desert island.
Oh, right, he's blind, yeah.
He has 2 blue pills and 2 red pills. He has to take exactly 1 red pill and 1 blue pill, or he will die. How does he do it?
I have no idea.
Oh, man, it's alone.
Come on, lad, you can do it. I reckon Chuds can get it.
Oh, I know. Chuds, you got any ideas?
I've just chat GPT'd it.
Oh!
He has to take exactly 2. He has to take 1 red and 1 blue, but it doesn't say he has to take them one at a time. So does he not just bosh them both at the same time? Because he's guaranteed to be taking one red and one blue.
But how does he know that he doesn't just take 2 blues?
You take smash all 4.
Well, I think that's not the answer, is it? If he just takes them all. It's quite clever, actually.
Come on then, what does ChatGPT say?
Crush all 4 pills into fine powder, divide the powder into 2 equal portions, and just take 1 portion.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I think that's wrong. That wouldn't work.
Oh,
Well, you couldn't guarantee the grains, could you? The
That is
actual
very
answer
true.
is he bites each pill in half.
Oh, that's the same difference.
Oh, that is
How
good.
could he not guarantee the
Similar
portion
but guaranteed.
sizes?
Well, it's like if you mix it all up, how do you know it's going to be right?
Don't forget he's blind.
Well,
Chuck.
you're mixing all of them up, aren't you?
Yeah, but do you think you'd get 50% correct?
Right.
Or would it be 51%
At lunchtime,
blue?
we're going to go and get some
okay. I see what you're
paracetamols of different colours. We're going to blindfold you. We're going to make you mix them up. Okay, the final one. I'm enjoying this quiz. The final one of the business broadcast quizzical chase. Question number 3. Find the 4-digit code. The first digit is 1/4 of the last digit. The second digit is 6 times the first digit.
Oh, no, I'm
and the
lost.
third digit is the second digit plus 3.
JB, you can answer that one.
Hellfire. First digit is 1/4 of the last digit. The second digit is 6 times the first digit. 1/4 of the... I ain't got a bloody clue.
Mark, tell us the answer to that one.
Hang on,
Just for
Chaz,
listeners.
have you checked GPT? No, we don't. We haven't got a clue. Listeners at home, hopefully you
All you
have.
need is the first digit is number 1.
That's what I've got. I've got 1 and I've got 6
So
as
you
the
can
last
work it
one.
out now. No, the fourth one's 4 times the first
Okay.
digit. It's 1/4.
1/4. Hold fire. The second digit is 6 times the first digit. So that's 6. And the third digit is the second digit plus 3. 9. 1694. He's a quizzical champion! I mean, I needed quite a lot of assistance and help and basically half the answer, but I'm going to take it!
Hey.
I
Well,
can
Mark.
see why that would be good fun, though. Imagine then having to run to the next thing to get that.
Fine, yeah.
We should come and do that one day. Can we get GoPros for me and him and we could go and do it?
In Yorkshire, yeah, because we've got time to do that.
Yorkshire. You was going all over the country. Didn't you? You drove to bloody Blackpool to have a chit-chat with the Farmers Association, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, but
You could have gone via bloody Harrogate. Well, you're up that neck at Woods, couldn't you? What's up with you, Sinclair?
well, if you'd like to know more about Mark's business, Live for Today, where's the website, JB?
It is livefortoday.com.
There you go. Is it
live-for-today.com.
There you go.
Where's the best platform for people to go to? Is it Instagram, YouTube, TikTok-y? Where should we send them all to, Mark?
Yeah, all socials are Live for Today Adventures. Yeah, head on to any socials and myself on LinkedIn if you want to connect for any corporate events.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much
you
for being
go.
on the podcast. Good luck with everything. We can't wait to watch your ascent towards greatness. See what I've done there? Talk
James.
about climbing again.
James Burt, you need to tell your guests about the / business broadcast. If they go to that, they can have a go at Cryptic Chase question themselves for a reward as well.
Oh, there you go. livefortoday.com/business broadcast. There you go. And then you can play your own version of this game and have a little
And
go.
there's a prize for the winner.
Oh, there's a prize for
What's the
winner as
prize?
well.
25% off team building.
Oh, what a fantastic the gift that keeps on giving to yourself. Well done, you, Mark.
That'll be 400% ROAS.
There you go.
There you go.
Live for today, live-for-today.com/business broadcast, and you can have your own go at a quiz and you can get 25% off a team building event.
There you go. Mate, your
That's
big
great.
homework, though, is if you're getting $6,000 bookings, then give Google some more money, and I'm sure you can very, very quickly get higher returns on that and get some more cash flow in.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Cool. Good
Awesome
stuff.
Thank you for being on the show, Mark. All the best. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Take care. Cheers, mate. Bye. There you
Always
go.
in with that team building corporate stuff. Is there actually any money in it? But obviously for him,
Clearly
he's saying,
there is.
yes, $6,000 a throw.
That'll do, won't it?
That'll do, yeah.
That'll do nicely. Right, you ready for a... Oh, no, that's not the
No,
right
no,
jingle
no,
at all
no,
in any
no,
way,
no,
shape
no.
or form. Is this? It's time for 8 Traits of the Greats.
8 traits of the greats.
This is the point of the show where award-winning entrepreneur James Sinclair rates our latest entrepreneur and scores them out of 8. Will they be great or will they have to wait?
Right, here we go.
Come on
No. I'm just trying to find Judd's. Here we
Christ
go.
on
Here
a
we-
bike. Organisation on
Okay,
this show.
start with the end in mind.
Oh, I think he is.
He can have that.
He can
Yes,
have it.
that's 1 point. A point. Passionate about his cause.
Oh, he loves a bit of climbing, doesn't he? He's mad for it. Mad for
Dos.
it. 2 points.
Untold amounts of resilience. I think, servicing that debt and doing all that. Therese.
C.
Innovative evaporate.
Evaporate. Easy for you to say. Innovative evaporate.
Are we giving him a point for that?
I think so. He started bouldering. He was outside. He's chucking axes about. He's bought a castle. They're selling the castle. He's bought himself a climbing wall. Of course, he's having that.
Yeah, cuatro.
4 pointes. Muy bien. Mucho fiesta y mucho trabajo. Come on, let's go.
Commercial awareness.
Oh, I think he has. He's doing management accounts, isn't it? Mind you, he got his cash off funding circle. Mind you, he had to, didn't he?
Had to, yeah. No,
What do you reckon?
Okay, we're
You
giving
having
that.
it? Sí, 5 puentes. Muy
5
bien.
Relationships with people. I couldn't stand him.
I absolutely hated that guy.
Are we giving him 6?
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay.
He's fantastic. He's made us a quiz and done us a video. What
What
more
is
do
it
you
in
want?
Spanish? 6.
Says.
Says.
Sí.
Master marketeer.
He's very good. He's not spending enough on Google ads, and otherwise he could get 8 out of 8. So should we just give me a can't have it. He's good, but it
And
don't
he
work
didn't
for
know
our
7
quiz.
in Spanish
Sí,
either.
7.
Sete, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Sí. Carry on.
Stay teachable. Yeah, we can have
He's
that.
at 8, no 8, mucho, poquito, problema con 8 y score 7 puentes. And about half of that, one quarter of that was actually Spanish. The rest of it just sounded a bit in Spanish. I've got Italian now.
It was Latin. Latin in the round.
It was definitely something. Right, I know what you're thinking. Surely this nonsense is over. Oh no, my friend. Because it's time for this. It's time for the business quiz. Your turn, babes.
Versus JB on the
Quiz that's meant to be.
Business knowledge and it's fun. Which one's clever and which one's dumb?
I mean, we've already had quizzes.
Let's get quizzing.
Let's quiz it up again. Double quiz.
How much does James Burt weigh and how much does James Sinclair weigh?
Oh, this is James Sinclair. I mean, he used to be a solid 18 stone. He's done a lot of slendering down. That's not the question.
No, I weigh 15 and a half
What is your
stone.
issue with this? Yeah.
What I cannot believe, Peter Ban over here, 11 stone.
Oh, but why would I lie about
My
that?
8-year-old weighs more.
But you're 6. You reckon you're 6'4" and hung like a donkey? Neither of those things are true, by the way. I asked Nats. So you're 5'11".
I think 11 stone is very, very light for a man of your age.
Yeah, but I'm a slight fellow.
I just can't believe it.
Do you want to get some scales?
I know that. I mean,
Is there
nothing of
scale?
you.
Is
Look.
there- I mean, why would you pick
Just
the
snapped
fingers?
his-
Just find
snapped
fat.
a finger.
You don't find many fingers. You don't find many
Look,
fatty
I've
fingers.
lost
do
so
you?
much weight that I've got a little sponge on my.
Oh, really?
So, look, can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
But it was always too big for me. It kept falling off, and actually getting your ring resized.
There's nothing worse than a resized ring, is there? Especially when we talked about piles earlier.
You have to go and give it back to them, and you have
They
to
cut
wait.
it up, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't be dealing with all
Can't be
that.
bothered with
So I've
that.
got me a little Amazon sponge.
There you go.
So the real question is, how much is the UK outdoor recreation industry worth? This is based on the revenue of sporting and outdoor equipment retailers. I mean, it's a bit broad, this. I'm going to do it one more time. How much is the UK outdoor recreation industry worth? This is based on the revenue of sporting and outdoor equipment retailers. And for some reason, the team have put a nice golden, what do we reckon that is?
Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever. I don't think it includes the Golden Retriever industry.
Okay, well, I'm going to change my answer then if it doesn't include that dog.
So it's based on the revenue of sporting and outdoor equipment retailers.
I thought I knew when then I saw the picture, I realised I was barking up the wrong tree.
It's a photo of someone running, though, isn't it? I think that's
sorry,
the-
just say again.
Say that again.
It's a photo of someone running.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, no. I mean, it's just going to be very strict.
I was about to say, don't judge Chuds' I'm going to go 8 billion. Here comes some preemptive excuses from James Sinclair. Well, I was going to go for... Here he goes. He's got his calculator out.
So 70 million people in the UK.
Yeah. Needs another 0 there. There you go. Right. How many of them have a hockey stick?
If they spend £15 a year,
Oh, you've had an error there. That's 1 trillion. He's going 1.5 trillion
no,
in hockey sticks.
no, I think that's. What are you going with?
I'm going 8 billion.
I'm going 4 billion.
Give us the answer.
The answer is 12.6 billion.
Come on now!
Running, swimming, cycling, and hiking are the biggest activities in the sector. The sector has grown at a CAGR of 1.7% since
shark? It's grown at a shark.
2019. The value of health benefits associated with outdoor recreation is estimated between 6.2 and 8.4 billion. Oh, I was going with that number.
Oh, I thought you were. Now that all
But I mean,
makes sense. Now it all makes sense.
What does the CAGR mean, bit, Chuds? Do we know what that's? CAGR. It's an acronym for something.
Oh yeah, that is
Stands for the
colonic
compound annual growth rate.
Yeah. I thought it was
Why is if he knew that? Why did you see how smooth he said that? Oh yeah, that's the annual growth rate. As you said it, Chuds.
I thought it was related to you. And that's the colonic
What
anal
we got
anal
over, we
gauge
got
rate for
Andrew
you.
Bailey from the Bank of England here. He'll be deciding
The CAGR.
what happens to interest rates next. Hey, interest rates have come down as we've made this 4.5% now.
Well, just
baby.
because we made this.
Well-
were we the instigator of them coming
I
down?
was so happy about it.
Were you?
Yeah, but it makes a big difference to me, baby.
How much you saved?
Oh, that's probably saved me 100 grand a year.
Has it?
Yeah. And
In the big scheme of things.
Oh, wait, one more second. One more second. They basically said in their little speechy, 2 of the Bank of England rate decisions, I think there's 9 of them in their little committee, you know, they all have a vote, and 2 of them wanted them to come down by 0.5%. 0.5% because of the dangers that, you know, I know we don't get political here, but they
We always do. We literally do.
They basically blamed the Chancellor's budget, and so did I.
Yes.
Quite frankly, it's so dangerous what they've done that they're going to be more aggressive in their rate cutting. So I
Has
think
anyone got the ability to overturn the Chancellor? If a bunch of clever fiscal people go, this is just stupid.
well, yeah, I think if your backbenchers hate you that much, then you get a vote of no confidence.
But is there anyone who can actually go, no? And if they've done the budget, can someone like,
Well, they
or is it sort of like the Bank of England
the
going,
industry
well,
sort of did that to Liz Truss, didn't they?
yeah, they did, yeah.
And she was gone within 6 weeks. The problem is we have definitely got a very unpopular chancellor in this country. I mean, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But, you know, history does tell us if you lose your chancellor, the prime minister goes very quickly. There are a few exceptions to the rule, but once the chancellor goes, your tenureship as prime minister is greatly diminished. And therefore, it's very rarely that prime ministers get rid of their chancellors.
Can other people so like the Bank of
If
England,
you
for
think
example.
about Liz Truss, she got rid of Kwasi Kwarteng, which was her.
Yeah.
And then a couple
She
of
was
weeks
gone.
later, she was gone.
Shortest ever serving prime minister, wasn't she? That is not an accolade that you want to have, is it?
No.
So do you think that things like the Bank of England, whilst they can't control government, they can control
Well,
liability?
the Bank of England is meant to be independent in its decision making, but I think the Bank of England is still very much driven by what the government of the day tells them to do.
Yes. Do you know, the City of London is its own like independent state, isn't it?
I know, yeah. I'm a freeman of the City of London.
Are you really? That means
Not
that
a
you
Freemason, Freeman. I don't like to.
secret handshakes.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran's one, yeah.
Is he? You and Sheeran, all the big hitters.
Yeah. I think Morgan Freeman is a freeman of the City of London.
No,
as
he's
well.
not.
He is.
Did they just do that because of his
Dame
name?
Judi Dench.
Dame Judy, I can.
mean,
Why have
she's-
we made Morgan Freeman a freeman of the city? Other than it's just like works for a namesake.
I don't know. Yeah, there's different
What are you freeman of?
entrepreneurship,
course
freedom of entrepreneurship.
Do you know what? I think people should lay down their coat over a puddle if you come walking. In fact, that's what I'm going to do at lunchtime. If you go near a puddle,
There you go.
lay down your coat.
Yeah, it's good organisation. You know, raises lots of money for charity.
What's that? The Bank of England?
No, the Freemans. Yeah, Princess Anne is the overall sort of president
Okay.
thing. She's a hard-working royal, isn't she, old Princess Anne?
She is. Only wants to keep herself out of trouble, isn't she? Really? We don't get political. We don't get royalist, do we, on this podcast?
Oh, I'm a
Probably
big
do.
fan of the royal family.
Of course you are.
I am, and I don't care who knows.
Do you know
Are
what?
you a royalist?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think it's a good thing for us.
I think it's a very good thing for us. What about you, Chuds? Like the royal family?
Can you
Couldn't care
define
less.
royalist?
Well, do you think
You
it's
are
good we've got a royal family, or are you indifferent, or
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't care.
I can,
My dad.
I could have answered that.
my dad is very anti-royalist. He thinks that should be gone.
Is he?
Complete waste of time.
My dad, when he was still alive,
Very angry.
He would have a little
close
cry.
to angry.
Really?
Yeah, close to angry about it that we've got a royal family.
Tell you what, my old man, he couldn't watch last night the Proms and have Land of Hope and Glory with all the Union Jackson without shedding a tear. Oh, that man loved a royal. Oh, he loved a royal, that guy. He was there in the corner crying his eyes out. I was like, come on, son, sort yourself out.
Dad, come on, Dad.
Right, well, if you've enjoyed this meandering podcast that has covered quizzes, business, James's health issues.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But
You're not sorry, you didn't have to go there. You decided to go there.
Because people like coming with us on our journey.
Not that far. They don't need to go that far on the journey. But if you have enjoyed the episode, please feel free to leave us a 5-star
I
review.
know people are going to send me and you sell in the post now. Which
Oh,
is the
yes.
hemorrhoid cream.
Yes. In fact,
Have you tried this ring? This rubber ring?
The best thing that gets sent to James Sinclair's office off the back of this Piles chat gets a shout out on the podcast. There you go. And if someone doesn't send like a small inflatable chair, I'll be disappointed with you.
Can I
lot.
tell you something though? Like one of my little life hacks, because I was very ill, I knew I had a chest infection and I just didn't want to wait. And so this is, if you're a busy business owner, for 50 quid, you can have a video call with a doctor and get everything you want within minutes.
Brilliant idea.
It is a life hack and some. So yeah, that was a little life hack from me.
Do you actually had a chest infection, did you?
Yeah, I had a really bad chest infection.
Oh, because you had a cough when we last recorded. And then you went off
Yeah.
to Germany and Blackpool and all that.
Shouldn't have done any of that, should I? Because that made it all worse. But,
What are you like as an ill person? No, were you probably like laid up?
Yeah, I was in bed, mate. I couldn't do anything.
So I bet you're a nightmare when you're like that, aren't you?
No, because I was that ill. I just didn't want to do anything.
Really?
Didn't do emails, didn't watch YouTube. No, done.
What did you do? Just sleep?
Yeah, I was really in a bad way.
Do you ruminate? Do you like think about a lot of stuff?
No,
When you're in
I
that
was
space.
that badly. I was that poorly. I didn't even think about stuff.
Really?
No, I got a little bit anxiety that I didn't do my newsletter or make a YouTube video. And Chud's made it worse by texting me. Have you got anxiety that you haven't done a video and haven't done a newsletter?
Friends like Chud, you don't need enemies. So a guy who's running a multi-million pound business with 2,000 staff, and one of your biggest anxieties was you hadn't put a YouTube video out.
And exercised. I mean, I was back on the exercise this morning. Oh, yeah.
You could tell.
Oh,
You like pump. You've got your post-workout pump on today, haven't you?
I've had a bag of crisps on
And a pump.
packet of chicken. That's my workout.
If you have enjoyed this podcast, leave us a 5-star review and leave us your comments. And also make sure you put your comments. If you join in the quiz, let us know.
And if you've got an interesting fact or quote or thingy-the-majiggity of the weeky, put it in the comments on YouTube. We'd love to see them.
yeah, because he needs it, because he don't do any of his. He commands that we do all these things, and then he doesn't do any work to make them actually happen. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode. Ta-da!
Bonjour, nuts.
Thanks for watching today, gang. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, look, we're looking for some great businesses to come on the podcast. If you've got challenges, but you're desperate to grow your business and you can't necessarily work out how to do it on your own, you'll be a perfect candidate to come here on the podcast. It's absolutely free to come on the show. Go to my website, jamessinclair.net, and there's a podcast button. Click on the podcast button, fill in the application form, and we'll do our very best to get you on the show and try and grow your business. If you're loving the podcast, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking here. And why not give this one a watch? I think you'll like it.